Yo, hello everyone. Welcome to a new live stream for Nasdaq, SPX, Gold, Nvidia and Tesla price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, of course. Are we going in red? As yesterday in the live stream, we said, of course, be careful, guys. We are very close to the top, right? So this scenario, we talked about it as well. What if we have finished 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5? Very short wave C. Be careful, this scenario is a potential as well, right? And that we might have finished A, B, and a C, a very small leg toward the upside as a wave C. And anyway, we said we are looking for a wave 2. In all case scenarios, one more leg toward the upside, whether from here or from there, yeah, it doesn't worth the risk, right? And therefore, of course, we are looking for the big sandwich here, right? We don't want to have the small one and a risky one. We are looking for something big in both case scenarios, right? Meaning bullish and bearish. If we are bullish, we are in a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the upside. And potentially we would like to see a wave 2, and that means, of course, it is a red week as we have expected. And of course, in case you are bearish here, if you want to turn this into an A, B, and a C potentially, which it can be, of course, as a leading diagonal, ending diagonal for the wave C here, meaning moving, of course, to take the low, right? So in both case scenario, the high potential for the price is to move toward the downside. And we are very close because to the top, whether we topped or not, we don't care. We're not interested anymore, right? For one more small leg toward the upside. Now, can it move for higher? Well, already invalidated for an impulse, I would say. If you are in 1, 2, 3, if this is your wave 3, you have invalidated this impulse. Okay, the wave 4 interfered right now with the zone 1, which is not allowed, right? Meaning, yeah, very low possibility to take the high. Okay, a higher possibility is to continue towards the downside. Plus, you got 5 ways towards the downside, meaning, of course, a potential impulse is unfolding for 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, or it can be, of course, A, B, and a C. Yeah, so basically, what you have, the scenarios that you have here are 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, finishing impulse wave A, correction wave B, impulse toward the downside wave C to finish a wave 2 in 3 waves A, B, C zigzag. Second scenario can be, of course, an A, B, a C, 3 waves toward the downside, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. It has to be a little bit deeper, guys. In case you are moving in 3 waves, somehow like this, it has to be a little bit deeper. Hello, Elliott Wave community. Hi, sir. Is this live? Yes, we are live, bro. Welcome to the live stream, man. All right. So this is what we are looking for, guys. At the end, we are looking for 3 waves toward the downside, ABC, and we are looking potentially, of course, for an impulse, meaning this might transform in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, correction, where you will think that this is a wave C, it might become a wave 3, much more deeper. And then confirmation for taking the low here, of course, first breaking this level, entering the dangerous zone for the blue line here, for the blue zone, and then moving for a 4 and a 5, taking the low. All right. Yep, so these are the potential scenarios, meaning like the possibilities are right now 80% to move down, guys, whether you are bullish or bearish in both case scenarios, because you cannot move on without correction right now after a 1, 2. Very simple. Prophet Pulse, welcome, welcome, bro. Very welcome as well. Glad to share always the insights. So, this is for Nasdaq. This is what I'm looking for. The SPX is not so far, by the way, so it's almost the same. And we start, of course, in the top in red. Now, Nasdaq, as you know, is always volatile. However, we finished an impulse for SPX here on the 1-hour chart as expected, and we're moving potentially in a wave B or moving down. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This can be an impulse, correction, impulse. It's not clear, guys. We cannot make it clearer than this. Now, if you have 1, 2, you probably have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, this is kind of like, it can be 3 waves. It can be 3 waves again. And this can be, of course, a finished ending diagonal here. So it's still, now I still see correction on SPX, so it might still be looking for wave V and moving for higher. They are shifting, not aligning together, yes, obviously, and we saw this since the last week. Okay, so Nasdaq is moving down a little bit in red. SPX is still sideways after having one more high. Now it might move down also for the SPX, so basically I would say be careful, because in the SPX we might also, I mean, like virtually you're looking at a leading diagonal finish. Okay, you're very already close to the blue box, so the waves that are inside here are not very visible, but as a shape you're already in a leading diagonal very close to the target. In all case scenarios, you would like to see this wave too, meaning one more wave up. It doesn't matter, it's risky, it's not interesting, right? So if we move down, right, in 3 waves, this is your bullish scenario, and then moving up. Okay, but be careful from the crossroad here. If we move impulsively, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and a 5, right? This is the difference. This is where we're gonna have to retest and estimate very precisely what's gonna happen next, right? Yeah, so these are the possibilities right now for Nasdaq and SPX. We see a little bit lower prices, and of course we might move back for higher in case we are corrective. Highest possibility, of course, that we are corrective and we continue the bullish market, yeah, the recovery of the market. Hopefully, guys, we're gonna see, of course. As this, I cannot predict it from now, right? We need the price action to see here. Yep, so these are the updates for SPX and Nasdaq. Don't forget to hit the like button to support the channel, guys. And of course, you know, I'm trying to keep the channel on besides the crypto one, so please support me with this one to thrive as well. Thank you, guys. So next is the gold. The Discord member were asking for the gold today. So because the gold is moving up, very interesting, we got invalidation of bearish, right? We were looking here at a potential 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 to move toward the downside, right? Wave 3 should hit at least, of course, like interesting level 1.618. Here we go, this one, which is very close. It was very close, but it didn't hit it, right? It did not hit it until we get, of course, a wave 4 interfering with the zone 1. Invalidation, of course, of this impulse. There is no impulse. We are corrective. We finish potentially a wave C here, turning this into an A triangle here, A, B, C, D, and an E, and then moving down 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave C. And the gold right now is showing a potential, of course, to move towards the upside. Now, don't forget that this still, of course, can be a zigzag, and that means you still can be in a correction, right? In a bigger correction, like 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In a bigger view, you created a 3 waves, A, B, and a C, right? Then you move up again, 3 waves, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So each time it creates 3 waves toward the upside. As you see now, the corrections start to get bigger and bigger until you reach the potential target, which is, of course, this one, right? The blue zone, the 0.23, right? Yeah, so basically I'm not yet bullish on the gold until when I will be bullish until I see a 4 and a 5. Like it means like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Currently, if we take the fib levels from the 1 to the 3, you did not hit yet the 1.618, but you hit the 1.27, right? Sorry for the window, guys. Just 1 second. The wind is so strong. All right. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so we are looking at a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Okay, we're looking here at 1, 2, potentially wave 3, 4, and a 5. In this case scenario, you would like to see the wave 3 continue. Yeah, first hitting preferably the 1.618. This is the first indication at 3,300 that we are bullish. Okay, and that means you finish a wave 3, you're looking for 3 waves down, corrective. Once you get this is 60% you are bullish. Here you are 50% bullish, 60% bullish. You get a wave 5, you are 70% bullish toward the upside again. What does it mean? Why 70? Yeah, I'm gonna explain. So you finished an impulse, great. You have two options, whether you are in a zigzag or you are in an impulse, wave 1, right? 2, and then 3, 4, 5, new all-time high. If we are in a zigzag, this is gonna transform to a wave B, and you're gonna get one more impulse, potentially taking the all-time high, but it's gonna take it at 1-to-1 fib level as a zigzag, taking the all-time high, playing psychology. We're moving for a new all-time high. Boom, expanding flat. 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave C. Okay, overshooting the fib levels of an expanding flat, which is even like 1.38, well, is of course higher potential. You're 90% moving toward the upside. Okay, but what I mean here, yes, it is a good opportunity, of course, as well, since the direction of the trend is shifting, right? How do we analyze that the trend is shifting? Once you start to estimate an impulse, if this impulse is gonna confirm the trend shifting toward the upside, right? Therefore, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take the trade after the correction, because in both case scenarios, wave B or a wave 2 is gonna unfold at least a 1-to-1 fib level, at least in a zigzag. And if we are in a good market, again, to move towards the upside, I'm already in the trade, right? If it moves for higher, that's awesome. But you have to estimate here to not lose your profit again moving down, right? But yeah, I mean, no financial advice. Have a plan and strategy always for trading. But this is a good one, right? I mean, this is a good plan. If we get confirmation 5 ways up, meaning the trend is shifting toward the upside, I need a correction, I need an entry, and move for higher, right? All right, so this is for the gold. Now, be careful. If we turn, of course, in 3 waves corrective, the scenario where you have 3 waves corrective, you might turn in 3 waves toward the upside, let's say zigzag, and then we continue toward the downside, regular flat, bigger 3 waves, then getting again, as explained in the daily, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hitting the 2,500. Okay, guys, so it doesn't mean if we see an impulse toward the upside, like directly it's gonna be a new all-time high. You need to, first to, of course, see an impulse to give higher possibility, correction, and then moving higher. Now, the 1-to-1 fib level is, of course, your signal. Yep, that is for the gold. We bullish again on gold. Yes, potentially. As I said, yes. I mean, now 50-50. Always, I have it. The things in my mind is trained to be like, how to say, yeah, it's a little bit like robotic. Okay, it's systematic in my head. If I see 5 waves up, then I give, of course, 50%, 50%. Between both. Why? Because you still have a potential zigzag. The bearish is still there. Okay. You cannot say 100% we're bullish, all right? So this is the thing. Currently, I'm still, even with this price action in my head, I'm still 60% bearish, 40% bullish. Why? I'm still looking at 3 ways up. I don't see 5 ways up yet. And the confirmation, should I trade it from here? Well, I mean, can you know if it's gonna get a 4 and a 5? Nobody knows. All right. Until you get it, this is a good signal. Okay. When you get 5 ways up, okay, this is a confirmation the trend is shifting up. Okay. All right. I mean, also you can use some indicators. All right. Some indicators would be interesting to look at. Look at the RSI, for example. On the RSI, we see all-time or overbought area again. You are in the overbought in the 1-hour chart. Elliott Wave, do a giveaway, sir. Add me in your Discord. Bro, no, you don't have to give away. You can simply go to Patreon. The link is already inside in the description. You can see Patreon. You're very welcome, bro. Thank you, man. And you can write me an email directly, and you're welcome, bro. You're very welcome. And thank you for the support. So basically, on the RSI, what we are looking, for example, here to get some help with this, well, I see conversions. Yeah, I see conversion. I don't see really divergence here, and this might add pressure for selling. This is not a good signal for, yeah, I mean, to say like we are bullish or bearish. Yeah, I mean, you would like to see a divergence for the bullish from the lower. If you are bullish, you would like to see a divergence, and I don't see it yet. Yeah? Knowing that we are in the oversold, but look here, it's not divergent. It's the same direction, meaning it's a weak move toward the upside. It might be weak. It might turn into a correction. And again, if you take a look at this one, from this lower to this low, it's not divergence, it's the same direction. Now, this can tell you that, okay, the price direction is still looking for up because it is towards the upside, both of them, but it's not divergence. You would like to see this on the RSI. You would like to see this with this one here. To say you are bullish, you're looking for all-time high, but you don't have this. Yes, for the RSI, for example, the MACD is the same. I don't see any divergence. Now, of course, there is a nice bullish cross here that I see, which is nice. Let me check. Of course, the exponential average is low. Okay. Yeah, so, all right. As you can see right now, okay, we got like the bullish cross under the EMA 200, and then we're moving toward the upside. So it's a nice signal. Again, it's a nice signal, but always confirm with price actions. Those are only indicators. They can lag. They can do false signals. They can do a lot of stuff. Always with price action. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But it's a good signal, of course. Not saying that it's not. It's a good signal. Let's see on the daily. Well, you want to also move a little bit higher in time frame to make sure that you are even like still in the trend. Now the trend is still towards the upside. You're still, of course, having some curve here. But do we have any divergence or convergences here on the daily to see? Well, nothing really clear. Yeah, to be honestly, on the daily, it's still looking bullish, guys. Still looking bullish. I don't see any divergence even for the bearish yet. Sorry, on the 4-hour chart, this one, not daily. But yeah, also no divergence. But yeah, it shows like, oh my god, on the daily also. On the daily is it's still yeah, it's still a little bit bullish, guys. It's still bullish, honestly. Yeah, I don't see any weakness yet, even on the MACD or the RSI. Also, the RSI can shift a little bit. Okay, here there is a bearish divergence. Okay, you see from this high. I mean, it can be exhaustion, guys. Yeah, so definitely. But here we go. This is a divergence in the bearish. All right, so and we move down, but it can be exhaustion. That's why it can be, of course, corrective and we move higher. However, as I said, like 50-50, I would like to see price action. All right, price action confirmation. Once it confirms the 4 and a 5, then okay, yeah, let's move on. Let's go for the gold. Word free speech if you want. Dividend money, X day. Okay, I don't know what free. If you're doing advertising here, thank you, man. You're very nice guy. I don't know if you're doing advertising, but I didn't understood. If you want dividend money, I don't want money, man. Thank you. All right. Okay. So basically, what we have else after the gold, we have Nvidia. Yes, Nvidia and Tesla. Did it open, by the way? I'm not sure. It, it didn't. It did not open yet. The market. Um, 21. Yeah, 21 hour. It's still closed. I don't know. No, usually it closes. Like I mean, it opens only with the US directly at 8 because Nasdaq and SPX are just working. But always I realize that Nvidia and Tesla um just stops at yeah, like for example 9:45. I don't know. Right. So I think so we did not see any opening yet, right? Unless my timing here is wrong. I don't know. But I don't see the price action moving anyway. All right. I think it's still close, guys. I mean, we analyzed this yesterday, so I'm still looking a little bit for higher for Nvidia, right? Today, I'm still looking for 1, 2, 3, and potentially today we might, of course, move towards the downside, like 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to confirm a wave 4 inside this blue box, right? As a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. If this did not happen, maybe we might get directly a wave 5. Yeah, because don't forget you hit here the 0.23, which is a potential wave 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Right? Can be also very possible. So I'm looking a little bit for lower still. Okay, that is also for Tesla. For Nvidia, Nvidia also looking fine. But I would like to see, yeah, I would like to see like precise or decisive move towards the upside. Okay, here, preferably 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I prefer to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be much more convincing, right? So I'm still looking for one more high. Now it can be done, guys. So don't forget, you took the high, you took here the wave 1 high, and that means, of course, it can move towards the downside. If we take a look also on the indicators, you have divergence, yeah, for the bearish. So yeah, be careful. It might move down based on the indicators. Same for the MACD, right? Same for the MACD. It is the same divergence. Also, the momentum is moving down and very close to have a bearish cross. Now, what does it mean moving down? It might hit, of course, around the moving average here and moving toward the upside, potentially. because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, it might be deep, and then wave 5 toward the upside. This is what I see for Nvidia. All right, guys. So basically, this is the short live stream for all the stocks, important stocks for this channel that you like the most as well. I wish you to have a nice Monday and a trade safe always, and see you in the next